There's a video of it.
And we're going to get started here as we have the Dallas Mavericks, 7th seed in the West, trying to defend their home court as they're down 2-0 in this series against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers, 2 seed in the West, as they are up 2-0 in this one. Big game. This has been two close games in LA so far. Do you think this will continue in Dallas?
Yes, I do not believe that. What we've seen out of the Clippers or Mavs have been flukes. We've seen some good quality basketball, good close games. Obviously, the Mavs came back from a deep hole in game 2 to make it close. So I believe that it'll be a close game here in Dallas, and I think you'll need to see an A game out of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to pull this game 3 victory out for the Clippers.
And the key for Dallas has been Luka the entire series, but Porzingis has been absent, yet they've kept the games close. If he can show up, I think Dallas can win this one and extend it to game 4. The trend so far, though, in game 3s has been the road team's been hot but in this series, the Clippers were one of the few teams up 2-0 besides the Lakers and Bucks on their home court. We'll see if that continues here.
Oh, as Paul George drives down the lane and gets an easy 2 there to start off the Clippers scoring here.
Big game. We saw the Dallas Mavericks almost make a historical comeback in game 2 as they were down 19 at one point with 3 minutes to go, and a good start by Porzingis as he attacks Morris. We saw them come back and actually get the lead down to 2 or 3 at one point. Do you think that momentum should shift into Dallas tonight?
Could you repeat that last part of that question, Big Jake?
Do you think the momentum from coming back down 19 for the Dallas Mavericks in game 2 will come out in Dallas tonight?
Yes, I do. Obviously, here they've allowed the Clippers to score on back-to-back possessions. As Kawhi Leonard was that Paul George or Kawhi Leonard
That
who
was
scored on
Kawhi
that
on the
turnaround
second.
to Kawhi on the second bucket here for the Clippers. I think you'll see. Yes, Luka really showed out in that fourth quarter as he misses a 3 there. Really showed out and brought the Mavs back in that fourth quarter in game 2, and so we'll see if he can continue his outstretch as Paul George drives in here. Triple
Oh, what a
teamed.
no-look pass, but
Oh,
blocked by Powell.
oh, and Curry gets by Zubac, and he's blocked by Zubac.
Wide open
Up ahead,
Morris.
Morris. Beverly gets it and gets it to Morris, who throws down a slam here. Clippers up 4 early.
Porzingis can't hit the
Porzingis
3,
3,
but you
no
like to
good.
see that. Oh, but they let
Oh, and
Patrick Beverly
Beverly gets
go.
right by. He let Porzingis just gets by.
There's just been no defensive presence out of the Dallas Mavericks so far. Luka wide open. He takes
Luka
the
open
3.
3.
Can
No
hit.
good. And the Mavs to start off ice cold here in game 3, something that could not happen. Here comes Kawhi. Kawhi mid-range, no good. Zubac board. Zubac over Porzingis, lays it in. A 10-2 run here to start game 3. Clippers are up. Timeout Dallas.
And Rick Carlisle is not happy with his team defensively or offensively. Offensively, they have gone wide open shots, but their stars are just not knocking him down. Seth Curry can't get past Paul George there. There'll be a pick and roll between Tim Hardaway Jr., who almost loses it off of his foot, and Clippers defense has been very strong to start. Oh, but Powell's there and gets
Oh, Powell
blocked.
board. Blocked by Zubac again. Zubac has been all over the defensive paint here for the Clippers. A pass to Morris. Down the paint. He dribbles out so he doesn't get a 3-second violation. And he tries to back it on Porzingis again. A fadeaway to no good.
Dallas finally gets their
Clippers
stop.
Defense has been pretty good here against Dallas. Dallas needs to get a bucket or something here. Try and get it rolling. As here comes Curry. Oh, and a defensive 3-second violation on Zubac.
It looked like Seth Curry was going to have a wide open lane, but I think they'll take the technical guaranteed free throw there. Lou Williams now on. Oh, and Kleba can't hit that one. Luka has Lou Williams on him now, and that was a matchup he was able to take advantage of. Big game. We haven't really seen a good game out
Oh,
of Lou
Kawhi
Williams yet.
Leonard offensive rebound.
We haven't seen a good game out of Lou Williams yet. Do you think that's still to come in this series?
Yeah, I think Lou will definitely make his presence known here in a Game 3 closeout game. Kind of player he is.
Mavs down 9 early here. They really needed offensive possession to go their way. Step back, mid-range.
Oh, step back.
He hits it.
Luka got it. Big shot there for the Mavs. Luka, get on the board.
Oh, and that's going to be called a loose ball foul as they call a push on Morris. Interesting call there.
I thought it was the right one. I thought you were either going to see an offensive foul there or a loose ball foul, as they called it. As DeLon Wright drives to the hoop, can't get it to go.
Oh, and it's stolen by
Kawhi
DeLon
Leonard
Wright.
loses it. Oh, and he'll drive to the hoop and give it to Cauley Stein. Fumbles it around. Back to DeLon Wright. Cauley Stein, back to Luka.
He's going to take advantage of that. Oh, takes a
screen.
lefty floater. Interesting shot. Clippers looking for Harrell in the post. Finally give it to him with DeLon Wright on him, and he finishes. This quarter's been all Clippers early, as the Clippers are up 14-5 over Dallas. Luka has also played he has played the whole first quarter. Questionable move so far.
Oh, Luka step back three, no good. And now 7 seconds left here for the Clippers in the first quarter to extend the lead, trying to extend the lead to double digits. Pull up three, Lou Williams, no good.
And at the end of the first quarter,
Dallas.
the Clippers lead this one 14-5 over Dallas. We're back in Dallas as Dallas has been struggling in this one. Big game, what do you point out to the Clippers defense in that first quarter?
Well, I think you saw great defensive switches with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Patrick Beverly when he was out there, and a few other of their guards on screens set by screens, pick and rolls, or screens on them when they were guarding Luka and making Luka force and take tough shots. And obviously, their offense spoke for itself as they're up 9. The defense was excellent, forcing the Mavs to probably their worst shooting percentage quarter of the series.
And Harrell's followed by Kleber. And Harrell goes to the line and knocks down both and extends this lead to 11. Dallas driving down with
Here comes
Brunson, and he cannot hit.
no good.
Big game you've constantly pointed to in this series. Dallas's bench has to match. They don't even have to beat the Clippers bench. They just have to match them, and they just continue the struggles of the starters. Now Owen Shamit blocks that. Wow. Starters and the bench are struggling for Dallas. Poor performance and at home as well. And now Green finishes on the mismatch as Brunson. And you're seeing that right for all the viewers. Dallas shooting 7%. 7. Unbelievable.
Foul there on Patrick Beverly is, and that shooting percentage is what will get you in deep holes, and especially in the playoffs against playoff teams. And obviously the Clippers are showing that they're not here to mess around in Game 3 of Dallas.
And Brunson misses again. Wow. Big game. What is the switch the Mavericks keep doing on this? Brunson has been on bigs on the past 5 possessions.
When I believe if you go back to Game 2, we had this issue too. Remember, there were some bad switches, and they were getting Kawhi Leonard on smaller guards. And you wonder now as Brunson hits a three here, try and cut into this Clippers lead. You just wonder here if they have enough firepower and enough momentum to try and get themselves back in this ball game.
You know, and as we look at those switches, is that something Rick Carlisle's telling his team to do? Or is that just them doing that on their own, as it's been a consistency in this series?
And that's something you don't know. You wonder if he is. You wonder if that's just the Mavs playing defense. You think by now he'd maybe have an answer for it, but he doesn't.
And there's an and one by Powell as Dallas's offense starting to come alive here. They can cut it to 10 with this free throw. Nope, but he misses and he'll stay 11-point lead.
Oh, and now Reggie Jackson can't. Oh, but he gets the offensive
And he's
rebound.
going to get
Foul,
that
and
one. And Reggie Jackson knocks down the free throw. It's now a 14-point game. Big game in order to preserve this first half. If you're the Mavericks, what are you looking at for a possible deficit in the first half?
Well, I think you'd have to keep it around the 10 to 12 point mark. If the Clippers can really open this up to 20, you're looking at in pretty rough shape, especially in a closeout game. So we'll see if Dallas can keep it within reach here with 2:40 left here in the second quarter.
And as we look down at our sideline, we have our sideline reporter, Jack Kniff. Kniff, what do you have for us?
Yes, thanks, Jake. I'd like to first point out this sideline interview is brought to you by Little Caesars. As we all know, it's freaky fast. I was able to catch up with Clippers star Kawhi Leonard, and he sent me this message: 0101110000. As we all know, Kawhi's primary language is binary, and I was able to translate this to "Can't wait to send these kids home. I just want to kick back at the club with a fat ass in my face and a fresh pair of New Balances to boot." Really amazing stuff from Kawhi there. I was able to catch up with Tim Hardaway and Seth Curry too as well. Tim Hardaway says he wants out of the playoffs before the potential of getting dunked on by Giannis. He doesn't want to meet Giannis in the playoffs. Second, I was able to catch up with Seth Curry, and he said, I don't want to meet my bitch brother, Steph, in the finals again. Because my parents obviously have a favorite.
Wow, surprising
Back to
news
you guys
for
up in
that
the booth.
sideline report.
That's a great reporting there. Great reporting there. It's yes, Kawhi Leonard with those New Balances really showing how much he wants to take a nice break after this series, with other games possibly going the distance to 5 games. Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. looks, maybe he's just trying to get off of Dallas. Maybe he's a free agent this offseason or something. That's very crazy stuff. Is again the Clippers able to score and keep the lead at 14.
Well, if you're Seth Curry, I think you're finally happy and probably shoving it in Steph Curry's face at the family reunion because you made the playoffs and he did not. But that has to do with Steph Curry's injury. Great reporting from our sideline reporter, Jack Kenneth.
And you see a huge 3 there by Luka to cut this lead to 11.
We'll see if the Clippers can answer. Ball in Lou Williams' hands. Pull up mid-range. He can't hit.
There's about a 5-second differential between clocks. Luka dribbles up.
Ooh, a pass, and he dunks. Hardaway
and
Jr.
Hardaway Jr. Clippers will hold for the last shot here, looking to go up double digits before half.
Dallas has to hope
Paul
for this
George has
9-point
it.
deficit. Oh, Lou Williams wide open,
Lou
and he
Williams
drains
open.
it.
Oh, and he drains a 3. Oh, he matches the 3 from before by Dallas. Half court heave. Luka no good. And Dallas goes into half down 12 here to the Clippers in a win or go home scenario for the Dallas.
We're going to head over to our halftime stats as this game has been all Clippers. Big game we saw at 1 point. Dallas shooting 7%, 1 for 14 shooting this one. Those stats don't lie, as they actually got up to 26%, luckily only down 12 at this point. But the Clippers, 21 rebounds. That does have to do with the misses from Dallas early, but embarrassing 13-point difference there in the rebound game, and then a 12-point difference overall with a 24% differential field goal percentage. Do you see a Dallas comeback in the second half or no?
Well, you'd have to. It's actually going to start with their defense. How do you allow the Clippers to shoot 50% from the field here? Obviously, they're shooting, what was that, 26%? They'll get their shot going here in the second half. It's just whether they can slow down the Clippers' offense.
And we're going to get started with the second half here, as Dallas has been known to make a few comebacks as they stayed in game 1 many times, just couldn't get a run together. And in game 2, had a nice 14-0 comeback in the fourth quarter. We'll see if they can start off well. Ooh, no foul called there for Seth Curry, and it starts off with a miss for Dallas. But PG misses the pull-up jumper. Dallas needs to respond soon.
Dwight
Big
Powell,
game if you're gonna put
almost gets stolen by Kawhi. Gives it to Luka in the corner.
Big game if you're Dallas here. What kind of plays are you running for Luka or Porzingis to try and score?
You're trying to get Luka off screens or get him open here. He's taking some tough fall-away shots that haven't fallen all night. And, here comes Paul George. A tough floater. Doesn't get to go yet. He had Patrick Beverly open under the hoop there. Surprised he didn't see him.
Oh, and there's Porzingis. Gets the foul, but can't finish. We'll see if he can cut this to a 10-point game. He does. This is what we haven't seen yet much of, other than the first possession or second possession of the game out Kawhi, and he misses that post-up mid-range. Oh, and Porzingis is there for
Oh,
a layup.
Porzingis down low.
This has got to be his strongest game so far in the series, yet it hasn't made much of an impact as this is an 8-point game with the Dallas poor shooting performance.
Tim Hardaway and Kawhi. Kawhi turnaround. He'll get that one to go. Kawhi wasn't going to miss 2 in a row there.
That's just the mentality you got to have as a star. He's taking the right shot there in the post, and he misses the first one. He's got to take it again. Luka, fade away. It's good. This is a 7-point game.
And a big, big shot there by Luka.
Now we'll see if Dallas's defense can answer. Oh, and Porzingis comes over to help at the right time. Good defense.
Oh,
Fade
Porzingis
away.
step back with Morris on him. No
Oh,
good.
Powell is there.
Powell able to grab the rebound.
But
Oh, he
tough
looks like
layup.
he was fouled. No call, though. Doesn't make the layup. And now the Clippers are on the run. Paul George pull up 2. No good. Patrick Beverly offensive rebound and lays it in. Oh, Tim Hardaway got boxed out there by Patrick Beverly, who just outworked him for that rebound and was able to finish.
And now we have a timeout by Dallas. As that's just a momentum breaker there by Patrick Beverly on the offensive glass. Big game. Dallas was down 12 at half, and now it's a 9-point deficit. You feeling more confident in Dallas right now?
Well, they've been able to score the basketball. It's just they haven't been able to really stop the Clippers. They obviously, as a turnaround jumper there by Porzingis, quick shot, no good. They haven't really had an answer for Kawhi Leonard so far here in the second half. They've allowed him to shoot the ball. What a finish by Reggie Jackson. A fancy finish there. And it's back up to an 11-point game here.
Dallas is going to leave Porzingis in, but has Luka out right now. Brunson just trying to get something going as he only hit that one shot in the first half. And Porzingis does. He hits the driving layup.
Nice shot there by Porzingis.
Clippers stuck in the corner. Get it out of there across the wing. Shamet for
Shamet, tough
mid-range.
shot.
Wow,
And he
nails
got
it.
it. Wow. What a shot by Landry Shamet.
We've seen a much closer battle in the second half as it's been back and forth. Dallas's bench needs to keep them in this game as this is all or nothing for them. And Porzingis nails. Oh, it's a 2 though. But he hits the shot as he's up to 10 points now, forcing a Clippers timeout. Big game. We haven't seen a dominant performance out of Kawhi and Paul George, yet they're still up in this one. What do you think about that?
I think that shows you just how deep this Clippers team is for neither of them really to be having a huge game. And especially for them to be up this much. And so Reggie Jackson scores again here. And Dallas's defense just showing you why they're a 7 seed. It has been non-existent here in this game 3.
Brunson wide open. He knocks it down. 8-point game. Dallas has struggled to get it under 7 or 8 points here. We'll see if they can. Lou Williams can't hit there, and Kleber gets the rebound. DeLon Wright wide open in the corner. That was the opportunity. Cannot hit.
Reggie Jackson,
Montrezl Harrell.
As they all attacked the floater by Reggie Jackson Harrell with an easy 2-handed putback.
Oh, and Brunson misses once again. You have to question his offense in Game 3 as DeLon Wright was taking a lot of shots in Game 2, and now it's been Brunson.
Oh, and Zubac with another putback. And back-to-back offensive rebound putbacks now for the Clippers in back-to-back possessions. And the lead is back to 12. And if you're
And
Dallas, you're shaking your head.
Even though all Dallas's effort has brought them down to now a 10-point deficit, they've only made up 2 points from halftime. Last shot of the quarter here. It's going to be Lou Williams once again. Blocked by Willie Cauley-Stein. We actually might get one last shot with 0.3 seconds.
Luka's in.
They will not get the shot up. And the Clippers still up 10 in this one. Going into the fourth quarter, we'll see if they can hang on to win this series. We're going to take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. It's here from Paul George as he passed it up to Kawhi Leonard, and they call the and one on that one. And the Clippers are going to have Kawhi, Paul George, and Lou Williams out there early. They're trying to bring the offensive force to end this game.
They're looking for a dagger here early in the fourth. Maybe get some subs in. Can't blame them. It's a closeout game. Oh, Luka, tough driving layup, no good.
You look at that rebound difference. 7 offensive rebounds, 31 rebounds total for the Clippers to Dallas's 15. You really got to point to that and the poor defense out of Dallas in this one big game.
Yeah, you do. It's been disappointing. As Lou Williams step back three is good. Just a demoralizing shot, one after another here for the Clippers. If you're Dallas, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Is Luka drives in and has an easy layup here? It's basically been whenever Dallas can cut the lead down to 7 or 8 or 9. The Clippers come back and hit a big shot. It's happened almost every time now. And Lou Williams now drives in a floater.
We're gonna bring it over to our sideline reporter, Jack Kenneth, for another report. Kenneth, what do you have for us?
Yes, thanks, Jake. I possibly have some crazy breaking news to break. At halftime of this game, owner Mark Cuban gave each player $100,000 in their locker in order to motivate them to come back. That's why you can see an attempt at a comeback. He said, quote, "My friend Big Game Brody went +5 on this game. He's done many favors for me in the past. I've got his back." Back to you guys up in the booth. Pretty crazy, if you ask me.
Wow, thanks for that report. We know Mark Cuban's done some interesting things, we'll say, in his career as NBA owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Big Game, what do you think about this report from our sideline reporter, Kenneth?
Well, Mark Cuban, a very good friend of mine. As Porzingis hits a 3 there. Mark Cuban, very good friend of mine. Obviously, person on Shark Tank, owner of the Dallas Mavericks. And what a nice gesture by him trying to motivate his Dallas squad here to cut into this lead.
You know, we often see Mark Cuban talking back to the refs oftentimes and has received technical fouls for Dallas's bench in the past. He hasn't been as active this series. Oh, Porzingis gets a rebound. He's got to take. Oh, the poster over Lou Williams.
Oh, it looks like Montrezl Harrell may have gave Lou Williams a little shove into Porzingis to finish as a one-handed punch over them both. And a little momentum here for Dallas. They can cut it to 7 here.
And they
Free
do.
throw good. It's a 7-point lead. You see Patrick Beverly back in the game for Lou Williams after that foul. Doc Rivers probably pretty upset with Lou Williams for even being in that position. As here comes Kawhi, tough jumper, no good. Porzingis feeling it now with the rebound. Here comes Luka. Pat Bev on him.
They need a big shot here. We'll see who they go to. They're going to go to Seth Curry, who gets swatted.
Oh, he's
But
blocked.
Powell makes the
Oh,
shot.
and Paul plays it in. It's a
Wow.
5-point lead here for the Clippers. The lowest it's been since the first quarter. Kawhi, turnaround, fadeaway, no good, a little deep. Porzingis another board. Dallas trying to push the tempo here.
And Luka
Oh,
can't hit, but he gets a
Luka, no
rebound,
good,
and he
offensive rebound.
does.
Oh, offensive rebound. It's a 3-point lead now.
This is a huge possession offensively for the Clippers. We'll see how they react.
Still no timeout for Doc Rivers. He's really trusting the troops here. We'll see if Kawhi Leonard or Paul George can answer. Kawhi's missed his last two. Here comes Paul George. Oh, Paul George drives on. Oh, Paul George answers. Paul George answers the call. A one-handed jam. Oh, coming off a double screen at the top of the key. A big momentum buster there.
Luka down the lane. He's going to do it too.
Oh, and Luka answers. Luka gets Dallas fans back on their feet, cutting the lead back to 3 as he throws down a one-handed slam. 2:04 left here in the fourth quarter in a do-or-die game for the Dallas Mavericks.
And we're going to get our player of the game, as Montrezl Harrell's been huge on the rebounding numbers this game. And he's 3 for 3 with 9 points, as well as making his free throws. Big game. It's been an even performance out of the Clippers, but we've seen them blow 2 games now in the series, in Game 2 and now in Game 3. Are you worried about them in future series?
Well, yeah, that does worry me a little bit. I'm not sure whether it's Kawhi and Paul George getting tired, or the offense just going stagnant, or their defense getting a little loose. I can't tell which
they
it is.
block
Oh, they
it!
forced
What a
Pat Beverly to touch
block!
that. Dallas looking to tie or cut the lead to 2 here on this possession.
The mistake they made in Game 2 was not giving the ball to Luka at the end of the game. They're going to give it to Seth Curry, though, and it's going to be the same result. Wow. Oh, and it's stolen!
Oh, and a steal! Porzingis with a steal. Here comes Curry.
Got to put it in Porzingis or Luka's hands here. Luka wants the ball.
That's Curry. Seth Curry.
He won't
Maybe
pass
off
the
of
ball. He takes a mid-range and he
fadeaway.
can't hit.
No
Wait,
good.
it goes into
but it
Porzingis'
goes to
hands.
Oh, he fouls. Porzingis is fouled. Whoa. And after Seth Curry takes 2 tough shots there, he's able to force Paul George into losing it into Porzingis' hands. And if you're Seth Curry, maybe off the report earlier from Kenneth about how he is happy to be in the playoffs over
Oh,
his
no,
brother
and
Steph.
Porzingis misses the free throw. This is a huge defensive possession for Dallas. They need to stop the Clippers here. Porzingis on Kawhi. This could be a tough matchup for him.
It's you already see.
Looks like he's
Kawhi
trying to blow past.
Oh,
Wait, he stops.
This could be a tough shot.
He can't hit it.
No good. Kawhi really struggling here in the fourth quarter with a 12-second differential between shot and game
They are
clock.
giving it to Seth Curry once
It's
again.
Seth Curry again. Well, they are really trusting Seth Curry here late with Paul George on him, who's a good
Luka
defender.
wants the ball in the
he's running into
post.
defenders.
They do give it
The
to him
Porzingis.
in
Here
the
comes
post.
Luka.
Fade away.
Luka.
Wait a second. He passes
no,
it
to
off.
Tim Hardaway. Oh, no, not a good shot from Tim Hardaway.
They got a foul here.
Oh, they
my.
get Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly, not. Oh, but it's only the first foul. Oh,
Wow.
and a timeout by the Clippers here.
You got to see
Oh, man.
Luka put up that shot. That is your franchise player. You'd like to see him hit that. Instead, he passes it to Tim Hardaway Jr.
And it puts Tim Hardaway Jr. in a tough situation right there. Let's
Mavericks
see if they can force
got
it
the
into
missed
somebody
free
else's
throws
hands, other
in
than Kawhi, but no.
Game 2, and we'll see if they can get Kawhi or Zubac to miss like they did in Game 2. And he hits the first. That's the big one.
And I don't
Mavericks
know if
still
we'll see
2
a miss out
timeouts.
of Kawhi. In Game 2, we saw one. A very rare miss.
And he knocks down both.
And you'll see a timeout here by Dallas as they're going to have to set up a play. Whether they go for a 2 or they go for a 3, we will see. Hopefully it's just the best shot available. They have to go quick, though.
And as our sideline reporter Kenneth said, the spread on this game was +5 for the Mavericks. We'll see if that ends up happening. Huge shot. You'd like to see it into Luka's hands, but I think they're going to go to Seth Curry once again.
Seth Curry over the game. Powell. Oh, back to Tim Hardaway Jr. who takes a tough
Wow.
three. No good.
And it is going to end in a 4-point loss.
The Clippers sweep the Dallas Mavericks here in round 1 of the Western Conference playoffs. A 3-0 sweep for the Clippers as Dallas came back in games 2 and 3 but could not close them out or get ahead.
3-2.
Wow, that's going to be it as the Clippers take this one 52-48 and are celebrating their advance to the semifinals as they're the first team to advance with the sweep. Big game. We finally get to see the star power out of Porzingis here in Game 3, yet they still don't show up and win this game. Luka didn't get the ball in his hands as we expected at the end of the game, but who do you point to for this Dallas loss?
Well, you can't really point any single person out. Obviously, there's some questionable shots by Seth Curry late in the game who ended up going 0 for 5. But you got to look at their first half, the first quarter, how poorly they shot and how terribly they played defensively, and those were the main reasons they lost. They didn't figure out how to guard the Clippers until the fourth quarter there when they went on the run, and they finally got offensively going there late in the second quarter and early in the third quarter with Porzingis really starting to get cooking there, and he obviously had a great game, but it wasn't enough for them to pull out a win in this series, and they got swept. And obviously, him and Luka just never messed in a single game. It was either one or the other in the series, and that ended up costing them.
And we go over to the Clippers side. Look at the even scoring. Only 10 points as their team leader, and Kawhi leads them to the win still. And Montrezl Harrell, 9.7 rebounds off the bench. Lou Williams, although 3 for 9, he hit shots when they counted. And Paul George only scores 4 points and you win. This is a great sign for the Clippers going to the semifinals as they're looking at facing the Rockets or Nuggets, as tonight we might see in the fourth game, the Rockets could be playing them already. Big game, what do you think about that matchup? Who do the Clippers line up better with, the Nuggets or the Rockets?
Well, I believe they line up better with the Rockets due to the small ball lineup of the Rockets. I think the Clippers match that well with two superstars in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So I'd really hope to see that matchup, but we'll see if the Nuggets can come back and pose a threat here later tonight.
And that's all we're going to have from Dallas as the Clippers move on to the semifinals and eliminate Dallas 3-0. 52-48 is your final from Dallas. And we have the Heat versus the Pacers up next in Indiana. See you soon in about 5 to 10 minutes.